Everybody, and welcome to my video today. So I'm going to go on the theme today of about how to learn a bit more about UX and deepening your knowledge within UX. And the title of this talk is going to be Best Way to Learn UX, Teach. With this in mind, it's kind of not, you might be visualizing, oh, I have to speak in front of thousands of people or do like a lecture or sign up to be a teacher for some sort of organization, but this is not what I mean by this. I kind of mean teaching in terms of self-learning and also learning to help others, and this is what's helped me within my UX journey in terms of not just being able to implement it within theory, but then also trying to present my learnings, I suppose failures, successes within blog posts and videos like this. Also mentoring as well. So I've been in a UX role for nearly a year, and I've been learning and immersed myself in the subject area for at least past 2 years, which has kind of gone really quick. And I think it's time now to sort of explore in terms of how to deepen the learnings further in terms of using teaching as a tool to actually deepen that learning, but then also immerse yourself within the community itself. So I think for me, strategies that I use have been to blog. So, for example, I might have written a course. Written a course where I haven't even learned it yet. Learning about a course from online or in person, and sort of taking those knowledge and understanding how it can be implemented within the organization or even within my learnings, and then I would write it up. So one I've done recently has been about how to create better research. Now, for our organization, we're still starting to introduce user-based research within the process of product management, and it's been a learning curve. And one book we've read has been about continuous conversations. I can't remember what the book is called, by Teresa Torres. So it's all about making sure that we have regular contact with users on a weekly basis, touch base, how they're doing with the product, anything we can improve on, any key nuggets that we can include, then also writing the research into a way that we can implement it going forward and make sure that our products are user based rather than feature based to keep building features rather than understanding what the actual user wants. So that's one way of learning in terms of just writing blog posts in terms of this is what I found worked, this is what I didn't find worked. And the second one is learning to implement that within a learning-based strategy. And I'm going to focus this on self-learning, but then also it might be in your small teams at work. A good example of this is I've been learning about product analytics. For somebody whose master's is in analytics, it's all about regrowing and deepening my learning within this field, and particularly because analytics is such a wide field. What do you learn? What metrics do you implement? Why do you do it? What's the purpose? When do you put it in there? And as much as you can learn about the what in the product analytics cycle, you need to understand the why. Why is it used? And I think this course that I've done by Udemy in terms of its product management analytics has helped break it down in terms of looking at the user funnel, the sales funnel, and I can understand how product and also user UX metrics can be combined to create better products. So, for example, adoption, looking at understanding the process, time on task, are people loving it, are they hating the product, etc., etc. So, and how I've taught myself to learn about this is taking a section of the course and then understanding how can we implement it into the organisation. And I spend about an hour a week in terms of, okay, this is what metrics we need to implement, to finding specifically what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done. So that's another thing. And then the third technique I've used to teach others about what I've learned so far within UX has been my speaking. So not just doing videos like this on YouTube, but then also doing conference talks and doing speeches for a group that it's called the LGC, or Aspiring Speakers Group, here in the UK. And I felt that's really helped in terms of growing my learnings within this field. So I'll be doing topics mostly on personal development. I think that's as much as you can teach about the tools and techniques, how you develop yourself within UX is a very important field and it's growing. So it's kind of interesting to see what techniques I've learned, what can I do to grow further, how can I improve myself, and yeah, and also I'd like to say on another note, and it's a previous video and blog post done before, is don't be afraid to put yourself out there, particularly if you're still starting out within UX, because I think there's this mindset where you start out and you might do speech like this, or do talks as a junior, and think you're better than everybody else, and that's not what I want to get across in this video. Particularly within, I've only just started out, but I'm still doing talks and conferences about still being new to UX, and I'm promoting that thought. I'm not trying to say I'm an expert in this field already. I'm just saying that this is my experience so far, and whoever is starting out within UX, they realize actually this is more useful than somebody who's been in there 4 or 5 years plus. So it's all about emphasizing where you're making sure that you present yourself as a learner and novice, but then at the same time present yourself as being confident presenting this information back, what you've learned so far. So on that note, hopefully I've given you insights in terms of the best ways to teach UX, learn UX is to teach it. Hopefully I've given you some insights in terms of what you can do to implement it yourself. And yeah, I look forward to speaking to you guys soon. Ciao for now.